They say that if you look back in your life, the greatest moments are those that are spent with people who mean the most to you. From your first kiss to your first heartbreak, from your triumphs to your losses, that time you first got drunk with your best friend, to the usual after-class hangout with your org, lazy Sunday afternoons with your sibling, or that heart-to-heart conversation with your dad. These moments and the relationships you have formed help shape the person that you are.
Hello?
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Forming relationships with others satisfy our basic human longing for inclusion, affection, and control. Through them, we gain a sense of belonging and being part of something, a sense of loving and being valued, and a sense of mattering and being empowered. In this lesson, we focus on dyadic speech communication, or the communication occurring between two people who engage in face-to-face interaction for purposes of social facilitation or fulfillment, or the exchange of ideas and information. The following are characteristics of dyadic communication. Number 1. Speaker-listener roles are frequently alternated. Unlike in public speaking, where the roles are constant, in interpersonal communication, parties assume the roles of both the speaker and the listener at any time during the communication activity. Number 2. Dyadic transaction may be casually purposive or highly purposive depending on the situation and who you are talking to. Number 3. Interaction may be coincidental, unplanned, and unstructured, like bumping into an old friend in TK or Walrus. Number 4. Interpersonal communication is usually less formal but possesses a great degree of psychological intimacy as compared to public communication. And number 5. Physical proximity in dyadic communication makes the conversation and meaning-making richer as it provides an opportunity to monitor even the subtle reactions and expressions. In dyadic interpersonal communication, we get to discover certain aspects of ourselves, get to see the world through the eyes of other people, establish meaningful and hopefully lasting relationships, and harvest new learnings that influence our beliefs, attitudes, and values. Take a moment to think of the important people in your life and ponder on how much they have influenced you as a person. There are several factors that influence the development of our relationships with other people. So, if you want to get close to someone, listen up. Number 1. Proximity, or the distance between two people. You tend to like and form relationships with other people who also belong in your own circle. High school classmate, your barkada, your orgmate, or neighbor. So next sem, make sure you and your crush enroll in the same PE class. Number 2. Physical attractiveness. It matters because it is the first thing that we notice. The degree to which you find the appearance of a person desirable influences your behavior towards them. Yes, beauty is only skin deep, but a study showed that people were more willing to initiate friendship with other people who have more attractive Facebook profile pictures. So switch to a more flattering set of clothes and flash that killer smile. But if you really think that physically you are saks lang, worry not because you still have number 3. Social attractiveness. It is measured by an individual's actions and personality. Our perception of another's attractiveness is also influenced by our assessment of their social characteristics. This is the reason why there are people who seem to grow more attractive in time after getting to know them. In the same way, there are people who are not that cute anymore compared to the first time you met them. In love, we all have an equal chance. Based on seriousness, purposiveness, and intimacy, there are different types of dyadic speech communication. Number 1. Conversations. 2. Dialogue. And number 3. The interview. In building relationships, our small daily conversations matter. Knowledge about one-on-one communication activities may come in handy. The following are 3 stages of dyadic speech transactions. The first stage is called the exploration stage. In this initial phase of the speech transaction, parties break the ice and identify the purpose of the communication activity. It is also referred to as the fencing period, where communicators assess each other. It is very important that in this stage, you get to establish rapport by finding common ground, showing interest, inspiring trust and confidence, and being kind and respectful. The second stage is the interaction stage, which is the most substantive part. Here, the subject matter is targeted and the purpose of the communication transaction is accomplished. In this stage, parties must maintain the interaction by active listening, honesty, respect, understanding, and openness. And finally, the termination stage, the stage where the speech transaction is completed and the goal of the communication activity accomplished. Know when the conversation has to end, find the proper timing in terminating it, and close it with respect and gratitude. Check your interpersonal communication competence by answering the following 10-item survey. Here are some statements about how people interact with others. Get a piece of paper and for each statement, write down the response that best reflects how you communicate with other people around you. Answer using the scale provided. After answering, add your responses. Scores may range from 10 for low interpersonal communication competence to 50 for high communication competence. An analysis of the statements would reveal that interpersonal competence involves skills associated with self-disclosure, empathy, social relaxation, assertiveness, interest in others, interaction, management, expressiveness, supportiveness, approachability, and control of the environment. Go back to your answers and reflect on how you can improve your relationship with other people. Let's talk about the results of the assessment in class next meeting. Through your relationships, you get to live more. In the process of sharing your world with other people, you make your life richer and more meaningful. Thank you.